tutti, grazie della vostra presenza, ringrazio i deputati, l'onorevole Rovecchio, l'onorevole Mariangela Matera, l'onorevole Carla Giuliano e l'onorevole Pattassini della loro presenza. Oggi siamo qui per presentare e per conoscere la Sua Eccellenza Ambasciatore in Italia della Repubblica Ceca. Siamo qui anche per dare un seguito all'Associazione interparlamentare. La volta scorsa è stata presieduta dall'onorevole Francesca Galizia, che chiaramente diventerà Presidente onorario per dare una continuità a questi rapporti con la Repubblica Ceca. Chiaramente io come segretario ho il piacere di presiedere questa seduta e iniziare un po' quelli che sono il proseguo di questa giornata. Presento l'onorevole Gianmauro Dell'Olio, chiaramente Presidente della interparlamentare di amicizia. Lascio la parola all'onorevole Dell'Olio, grazie.
Grazie mille. Clara, vado in italiano? As you like. Ok, va bene, allora vado in italiano, poi nel caso facciamo uno switch. Dunque, innanzitutto benvenuti, grazie mille per essere qui. Io quello che volevo dire, semplicemente in continuità con quello che è stato fatto nella scorsa legislatura, abbiamo pensato di ricostituire l'Associazione interparlamentare di amicizia Italia-Repubblica Ceca e quindi benvenuti l'ambasciatore Kohout e il corpo diplomatico, e vediamo di far ripartire queste attività associative, queste relazioni internazionali che dobbiamo cercare di portare avanti fra Italia e Repubblica Ceca per creare idee, progetti, accordi, protocolli d'intesa. L'altro ieri a Bari ne è stato creato uno addirittura con la Camera di Commercio Italia Orientale. Quindi questa associazione che ha visto il cavaliere Riccardo Di Matteo, che adesso è console onorario della Repubblica Ceca in Puglia, quindi la persona con cui abbiamo spinto e ha spinto nella scorsa legislatura. Io nella precedente legislatura ero il Presidente dell'Unione interparlamentare di amicizia. In questo momento abbiamo ricreato l'Associazione interparlamentare, ma l'Unione interparlamentare, che è il corpo istituzionale, dovrà essere ricostituito appena possibile. Ho già manifestato ovviamente l'interesse a voler proseguire quel cammino in maniera tale da non perdere quel patrimonio di conoscenze e di rapporti che sono stati creati nella scorsa legislatura. Fra noi, come Paese, la cosa importante è cercare di portare avanti i progetti. Nella scorsa legislatura purtroppo il Covid ha creato una riduzione, anzi si sono fermate tutte le attività. Noi contiamo a questo punto di poter ripartire, fare non solo scambi culturali, ma fare rapporti anche magari imprese, accordi con imprese e portarle fra Repubblica Ceca che viene in Italia, italiane che vanno in Repubblica Ceca. Quindi questi rapporti, questi legami vogliamo portarli avanti, vogliamo far sì che possano crescere, e a questo punto l'unica cosa che posso augurare appunto è una bella ripartenza fra i nostri paesi con queste associazioni. Quindi grazie di nuovo, e noi siamo a disposizione, come anche già da subito cercheremo di fare su questa cosa che mi ha detto l'ambasciatore, cioè cercare di far sì che ci possano essere questi incontri bilaterali fra la Commissione Bilancio della Repubblica Ceca e quella italiana, quindi Camera, ma vediamo anche poi anche con il Senato. Quindi grazie e buon lavoro a tutti noi.
Grazie mille. I apologize, I understand Italian, but still taking my lessons of Italian language, so I hesitate to speak Italian, so I can just read. So I will continue in English, but I'm sure that in a couple of months I will be able to communicate with you in this fantastic language, which is the language of culture, which is a language which was and still is present very much in the Czech Republic. I highly value the possibility to meet you, honorable members of the Italian Parliament. I fully agree with what was said by honorable Gianmauro Dell'Olio in his short introduction regarding that the COVID is responsible, or the pandemic, for cancelling many contacts and many projects, and there is the time to restart again. So you have new composition of your parliament. We had the election a year before. So we just finished the EU presidency in December last year. So and I am new one here, so I just finishing the second month of my posting to be as ambassador here in Rome. So my goal, my task, and when I was at the hearing in the Czech Parliament in the Foreign Committee, where I presented my vision of what I would like to do in Rome, what should be the main, so let's say, priorities for my work in Italy. So exactly, it's to continue and to develop our relationships, which are very broad, and which are becoming more and more, let's say, I wouldn't say strategic, but more important than before. That's about the change of the global policy. That means that the war on Ukraine, the aggression by Russians, at the same time the energy crisis, the green transition, and Italy is becoming more and more important, let's say, from the point of view of the defense, security, energy supplies, energy lines. So that's the situation where the Czech Republic and Italy have much more common than in the past. So one track of my activities here is really to promote the political relations. So on all levels. So that in the forthcoming months, I hope that it will not be years, there will be the visit of our newly elected president to Italy. So our prime ministers will meet in Torun on the 20th of February, together with Prime Minister of Poland, Morawiecki. But there is an invitation for Prime Minister Meloni to visit Prague. And there will be a number of the ministerial visits, and of course, for me and always, is the one dimension of this diplomacy, the parliamentary diplomacy, which is a very important one. I was for a couple of years also the advisor to the president of the Czech Senate for the foreign policy, so I know how it goes, how it works in the interparliamentary cooperation. So that's important platform for exchange of the views and to influence in a right way when there is a clear ideas and clear projects where to continue, how to help the things to be realized. I think that this should not be just about it, that the people are going to meet, but there must be a kind of outcome, some clear idea where they would like to put their energy. I highly value that there is a group of friends of the Czech Republic. So I of course would like to thank our honorary consul in Bari that you are interested in the Czech Republic. You have the partner in the Czech Parliament. There's a group of members of the Parliament, around 35. Who formed already the group of the Czech-Italian friendship. They are willing really to communicate with you, so I am here also as the advocate and let's say kind of ambassador also of the parliament. So I would like, as I know very well, the Mr. Munzar, who is the chairman of that group, so I informed him that I'm coming here, so I have to convey and it's my pleasure to convey his best regards and express his willingness to really to communicate, to increase your cooperation. In the coming weeks, he will come to Italy for a visit, and he will be also part of that visit of the budget committee, which you have mentioned, which will be most probably headed by the deputy head of the House of Commons, Mr. Skopeček. So this is concrete cooperation. As regards the European issues for the budget committee, we know all that it's a situation which is in Europe, what we are facing, what kind of challenges coming from the, as I said, the green transition, the energy, so reorientation of our energy, let's say resources. At the same time, we have to find a common answer for the IRA coming from the United States. So it's quite a lot of issues where we need this political dialogue. The second track of my activities here will be the economic cooperation. In a broad sense, not only about to promote our trade, and the trade is growing, that's fantastic, but we are seeking, and the Czech companies investing more and more, not only doing the business, but also investing in Italy, are willing to increase the cooperation, the joint projects, joint development in some areas. So that's what I think it's important, that will be part of my activities. The third is to promote the regional cooperation. So the regions are the, let's say, natural partners, so we need to involve also the cities, the regions, in Italy, in the Czech Republic, for exchanging more views. I see especially the space for exchanges of teenagers, of the young people. So that's what I think it's very important, that not only of the, so to say, the mayors of the cities, but we have to focus on the young people willing to understand, to get the friends in Italy and the Italians, so Czech Republic, to increase the number of exchanges between the schools, high schools. So there I see also the space for increasing our cooperation. And the last one is, of course, the culture, and that's linking us so much for a number of centuries. That's those from you who were visiting Prague, so you can imagine the picture, but most of the buildings which were built in Prague were according to the Italian architects. So that's the footprint of Italy, of Italian architects, in painters, musicians, is so visible in Prague. So that we are linked by so many ties. So far was the relations between Italy and Czech Republic, because comparing those two countries, it's clear that they are not on the same level. But there was no, let's say, the backbone of those relations. So not one, let's say, the priority, like usually is with the neighbors. It was a mosaic of thousands of different stories, successful stories, but different stories. So my goal is to because of the situation in Europe, challenges that we are facing, to put it to a more so firm cooperation, not only with the Czech Republic, but so looking also at the Central Europe as a natural partner for Italy in Europe. So to look also for Slovakia, Austria, and the others, and of course we would like to have the Czech Republic as a leading partner for Italy in this space. So you see that I have a number of my collaborators. I wouldn't say all of them, but I would like to introduce them to you. My deputy, Klára Kadlecová. Some of you maybe know her already. Consul Madame Wernerová, she's the new one also, that's for a couple of months here. So Mr. Milan Tosh dealing with the European agenda. Marcel Sauer is the Economic and Trade Department, head of that department. And Madam Jitka Pavlovichova, so I have the something. She's responsible for the political, cultural, and press ties, and she's also responsible for the Czech minority, or taking care of the Czech minority in Italy. And that's also the important why I mentioned that we have around 8,000 of Czechs living in Italy, but at the same time we have 6,000 of Italians living in Prague, and very much contributing to the development or to the progress and the economic growth of the Czech Republic. That's the, if I mention the Iveco, Unicredit, Generali, Matone, there are big companies already investing. There is also a group of the Czech Italian Chamber of Commerce. I highly value the activities, their work. It's also, I see them as my natural partner in achieving those goals which I have mentioned. So thank you again for having this possibility to meet you. I'm ready to hear what are your visions, how you would like to continue with our work, not to have just formal meetings, but what should be the outcome, what should be the formats, what kind of events. So what we can really do, what would be helpful, concrete. Even small steps are better than big, so speeches. So even one small concrete thing, in my view, is much more helpful than to speak for hours about our friendship, cooperation, and partnership. But what we can do here, you are all very experienced, skilled, wise people. So I'm ready. I will hear you, and I will do my best to materialize what you are going to propose. Thank you.
Thank you. And just to say that I agree with you with the small steps, and I think that the first thing that we have to do is to take also, apart from the Czech-Italian group of friendship that you have in your parliament, also the Chamber of Commerce. I think that we have to put together all those people, because I guess that well, I am a politician here, unfortunately, because I'm more professional, but at this moment I am a politician. I think that we have to support all people in our countries want to do and to make and grow the different countries and their organizations. So we are here to assist and support in making happen those things. So I guess that we can start organizing first meetings, small interactions with all these organizations, so that we can arrive to something that is not just a protocol, but it's something concrete. So I totally agree with you, and we'll do this in this after COVID period, as I say. Thanks.
Ringrazio ai parlamentari che hanno partecipato a questa seduta. Io volevo dire che inizia oggi un percorso di attività relazionali con la Repubblica Ceca, anche perché il nuovo ambasciatore, Sua Eccellenza, inizia anche lui il suo mandato, e l'associazione interparlamentare è all'inizio, anche perché si è votato un po' di mesi fa qui in Italia, e la cosa bella è che questo percorso sarà un po' durativo, nel senso che avremo da lavorare per almeno tutta la legislatura con il mandato di Sua Eccellenza. Quello che voglio dire, grazie anche ai parlamentari, ribadisco la loro disponibilità, e essendo un'associazione già costituita la volta legislatura è stata costituita, la precedente legislatura. Volevo dare, diciamo, come posso dire, conferma della disponibilità dell'onorevole Dell'Olio di essere presidente della interparlamentare di amicizia e chiaramente volevo anche, se era possibile, l'onorevole Carla Giuliano essere il vicepresidente dell'associazione, che mi ero parlato. Grazie anche ai membri diciamo, dell'associazione, l'onorevole Lovecchio, l'onorevole Matera, l'onorevole Pattassini, non so l'altra deputata che non conosco. È deputata? Piacere onorevole di conoscerla perché non sapevo diciamo, della presenza. E altri colleghi sono andati via e niente, questo volevo diciamo, chiaramente ribadire e confermare la presenza degli onorevoli e continuare questo percorso con la Repubblica Ceca, con i nostri parlamentari e i parlamentari della Repubblica Ceca. Grazie, non so se diciamo, c'è da fare qualche altro intervento. Se cortesemente facciamo una foto di gruppo, così va questa foto, la pubblichiamo sia sul sito dell'associazione sia sull'ambasciata. Grazie di essere venuti. Sì. Poi volevo dare un pensiero all'ambasciatore, diciamo, portato, essendo console diciamo, della Puglia, mi sono permesso di portare un pensiero da Bari. Prego, eccellenza.
Grazie.
Questo
Grazie.
è un pensiero, diciamo.
Good reason to visit Puglia and Bari. Sure, yes. So,
Sì.
yeah, I was many times told that I should go there.
Facciamo una foto, eccellenza, scusami.
Sì. Yeah.
Prego.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Posso anche chiedere soltanto con il...
Sì, prego. Prego, eccellenza, poi